discuss living things. So what are living things? So we will observe so many objects around us. Just we have learned that we will observe different types of objects, different types of things around us daily. So among those objects we will observe animals, birds and vehicles and human beings. So just like we will observe different types of things. So living things. So examples for living things are, so the examples for living things. So living things means the things which has life. So the things which has life. The things which has life are called living things. So the things which has life are called living things, and examples for the living things are human beings, that is humans, and birds. So birds means we will observe different types of birds daily around us, like crow. So crow and sparrow and parrot. So just like we will observe different types of birds in our daily life, like hens. So these are the different types of birds. And also we will observe animals. So animals, that means dogs, cats, rats. And if you go to forest, that means wild animals, all the wild animals and all the domestic animals. So all the wild animals means tiger, lion, cheetah, bear. So all the domestic animals and all the wild animals, and we will observe, also observe different types of plants, that means trees. So as earlier we have discussed different types of plants, that is mango tree, neem tree, orange tree, banyan tree, banana tree. So just like we will observe different types of things around us. So all these things, that means humans, birds, animals, plants, all these are called living things. So all these are called living things. So humans and all types of birds and all type of animals, like domestic animals and wild animals and all types of plants, trees, all are examples for living things. So how can we say that these are living things? So how can we say these are living things? Because living things have some special characteristics. So based on those characteristics, we can say that these are the living things. So let us discuss what are the characteristics. So all the living things will move. So that means all the living things will move from one place to another place. So if you take birds, they will daily fly from larger distances, that means distant places, from one place to another place. And animals, so all types of animals daily move from one place to another place in search of food. So okay, animal will also move from one place to another place in search of their food. So birds also move from one place to another place. And except plants, so all humans, birds, animals will move from one place to another place. And another characteristics is grow. So all living things will grow. That means so both humans, birds, animals and plants will grow day by day during their lifespan. So if you observe plants, so if you seed a plant, after some days it will grow into a small plant, and after some days it will grow into some bigger plant. So in this way, day by day the size of the plant increases and it will grow into a large tree as the years passed by. So in this way, animal also will grow day by day and increases their size. So if you have any dogs or cats in your house, if you observe the size of the cats or dogs, the size of the cats or dogs will increase day by day. That means both the plants, animals and birds and humans, all these will grow day by day and increases their size during their lifetime. So if you observe human beings, if you observe children, so kids, their size will increases and their height will increases day by day. So human beings also increases their height, increases their size during their lifetime in human beings. So in this way, all living things will grow and all living things will eat. So all living things will eat. That means human beings, birds, animals and plants, all they eat. So if we consider human beings that every day we will take food, fruits, breakfast. So and in the same way, birds will also eat different types of fruits and insects just like that. And also animals eats grasses, herbs, plants and also some small animals. So in this way, all living things will eat some food and different types of these things eat different types of food. So if they eat food, then they will get energy. So for getting energy, all these things, that is human beings, birds, animals, plants, all they eat. So if we get energy, so if we want energy, we have to eat. So if we do not eat, we have no energy and we cannot do anything and we cannot move. So if we eat, we can get energy. So with the help of energy, we can move from one place to another place. And if we eat, we will get energy. So with the help of energy and with the help of food, they will grow. So in the same way, all living things will eat. And all living things feel. So all living things will have feelings. So if you consider human beings, all the human beings will have different types of feelings like happiness and sadness and angry. So these are the different types of feelings that human beings have. So in the same way, birds and all the animals, plants will have also feelings and they expresses their feelings. So in human beings also expresses their feeling. If we got angry, so we will scaffold the others. And if we got hungry, we will express it and we will go to eat food. So in this way, human beings expresses their hungry, their anger and their sadness and their happiness. So we will express feelings. So in the same way, birds, animals, or plants will express their feelings. In the same way, reproduce. All living things will reproduce. So reproduce means, so what is reproduction? So reproduction is the process of producing their own kinds. That means all living things gave birth to their new ones. That means all living things will give birth to young babies or new babies which are looking similar or same to them. So this process of giving birth to their new ones which are looking similar or same to them is called reproduction. So all living things will reproduce their new ones. So all the trees will reproduce new plants with the help of seeds. So if you take a seed, so if you take a mango seed and if you plant the mango seed, then you will get a new mango plant. So in this way, almost all plants will reproduce their new plants with the help of seeds, and also animals reproduce their new ones. For example, dogs produces puppies and cats produces kittens. So in this way, every animal, that means both domestic animals and wild animals can reproduce their new ones. And in the same way, birds also reproduce their new ones. And human beings also reproduce the new ones. So every woman gave birth to a new kids. So without reproduction, if there is no reproduction, all living things does not exist on this earth, and their race will become extinct. So as to continue their race on the earth, they have to reproduce. So in this way, so these are the characteristics of living things. So these are the characteristics of living things. So based on these characteristics, these are treated as living things. So based on these characteristics, we will classify this as living things. So all living things will move, will grow, will eat, feel and reproduce. So these are the characteristics of living things. So now I am going to give you a small exercise for you. So all children, so let you take a page. So all of you take a white page and write any 5 living things in your surroundings. So this is the small exercise I am giving to you. So all of you take a white page and take a pen and write the names of 5 living things. Any 5 living things in your surroundings. So write the names of 5 living things. So I will give some time. So write any 5 living things in your notebooks. So take a notebook or a white page, anything you have. So write the names of any 5 living things. So write. So this is the activity. So names of 5 living things. So 5 living things. So write in your notebook. So I will give you half minute. So all of you write in your notebook. Take your notebook and write any 5 living things, names of the 5 living things. So you will observe so many living things around you. So you have to just write 5 living things. So all of you write. So start writing. So write. So anyone completed? So okay. So I will write names of 5 living things. So okay, the first living thing I will write is dog. So dog we will observe daily in our surroundings. And next one is cat. And a rose plant in your garden or in your house. And I will write a sparrow or a dove. So dove. So it is a bird. So all the birds can be treated as living things. And also we can write cat. So already I have written cat. So write another one. So that means a boy or a girl. So these are the 5 living things I have written. So I hope that you have written the 5 living things in your notebook. So okay children, so up to now we have discussed what are the living things and how can we say a thing into a living thing, how can we guess living things, and what are the characteristics of living things we have discussed. And now what are non-living things? So what are non-living things?